Hi, here is Geeta to have the class on linear inequations now. Okay, let me give you an introduction of what is a linear inequation. An equation means the equality of two statements is known as an equation. Here I gave you x plus 5 is equal to 9. It is a linear equation in one variable. What is a linear equation? I already told you something is equal to something is an equation. So it is an equation. Why I have given linear? If the equation is the highest power of the variable is 1, it is said to be a linear equation. Here only one variable x is there. Power is nothing, means 1. So the power of x is 1. So it is a linear equation. Okay. In one variable. Next one. X plus y is equal to 10. Here you can see two variables are there. So I gave linear equation in two variables. Equality sign is there. Equality of two statements is an equation. So this is an equation. Both the powers are 1 only. So linear and two variables are there. Two variables. So x plus 5 equal to 9 means linear equation in one variable. X plus y is equal to 10. Here two variables are there. And the highest power is 1. So it is a linear equation in two variables. And here x square plus 2x plus 5 is equal to 0. Here you can see that highest power of the variable is 2. So the equation in which the highest power of the variable is 2 is a quadratic equation. Okay. This is all about equations. Then what is an inequation? An equality of two statements is an equation. And if two statements are not equal, that is an inequation. So, greater than, smaller than, greater than or equal to, smaller than or equal to, these are the signs of inequality. Okay. Your x is greater than 3. This is said to be a linear inequation. And also we can add only one variable is there. We can add as in one variable. Same way, 2y plus 4 is less than or equal to 10 is also a linear inequation in one variable. Here also variable only one y is there. So now in this chapter you are going to learn about the linear inequations in one variables. Okay. Suppose x is greater than 3, x belongs to natural numbers. So what are the natural numbers greater than 3? You know that the natural numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. And x is greater than 3. That means x belongs to natural numbers. That means x is equal to greater than 3 means 1 and 2 are not this one. The solution. You will have 4, 5, 6 and all the natural numbers are the solution of this inequation. Here natural numbers are said to be replacement set. The replacement set is natural numbers and x is greater than 3. This is 4, 5, 6, 7. These all are the solution set. Okay. From the natural numbers, what you can get, that is the solution. This is the solution and this is the replacement set. So, I think you got the clear idea of what is an inequation and what is replacement set. Suppose I give you x is less than 3, x belongs to natural numbers. What are the natural numbers less than 3? Here x is equal to the natural numbers less than 3 are 1 and 2. So 1 and 2, this is solution and x belongs to natural numbers. This is natural numbers is the replacement set. Okay. So linear inequation means if two statements or algebraic expressions, in between two expressions, if you have either of these signs, that is said to be an inequation. if there is only one variable, that is linear inequation in one variable, that is there in your syllabus and you are going to learn in a detail. How to solve the linear inequation? How to solve? Solve means finding the value of the variable. How to solve a linear inequation? For this, here in a linear inequation, very easily you will be able to find a solution. Only at one thing you have to be careful. Where you have to be careful and all, let me explain you. Suppose x is greater than y. If you add, subtract, multiply or divide both the sides of the inequation with the same positive integer, the value of the sign of inequality does not change. That implies x plus a is greater than y plus a, x minus a is greater than y minus a. That implies x into a is greater than y into a, and x by a is greater than y by a, where a is positive. If a is positive, you can add, subtract, multiply or divide both the sides of the inequation, then the sign remains the same. Suppose x is greater than y. If a is negative, x plus of minus a, y plus of minus a, no problem. Where when a is negative, same sign of inequality will be there. X minus of minus a is also greater than y minus of minus a when a is negative. But when x is multiplied by minus a, y is also will be multiplied by minus a, the sign of inequality changes. Same way, when both the sides of the inequation is divided by negative integer, the sign of inequality changes. So where you have to be careful is, when you multiply or divide both the sides of the inequation by a negative integer, you have to be careful. Okay? Why and how? Let me explain you by giving an example. Why here? When we multiply a negative integer or divide by negative integer, the sign of inequality changing. Let me explain you now. If I say x and y, you may not understand well. So let me give you a general example where it will be very clear to you. Okay? All of us know that 3 is less than 5. So whatever I have explained in terms of x and y, let me explain you here. What I said, when we add both the sides of the inequation with the same positive integer, sign of inequality remains the same. 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 is less than 7. Okay. Similarly, 3 minus plus 2. Both the sides I am subtracting. 5 minus plus 2. That means 3 minus 2, 1. 5 minus 2, 3. Yes, 1 is less than 3. Similarly, 3 into 2, 5 into 2. Okay. That implies 6 is less than 10. Okay. 3 by 2 less than 5 by 2. That means 1.5 is less than 2.5. So here no problem. Now here everywhere plus 2. When means both the sides added, subtracted, multiplied and divided by plus 2. Now let me do by negative integer. I will show you. 3 plus of minus 2 is less than 5 plus of minus 2. Okay. Plus of minus 3 minus 2 is 1. 5 minus 2 is 3. So same thing, no problem. Same way, 3 minus of minus 2 is less than 5 minus of minus 2. 3 minus of minus is plus. 3 plus 2 is 5. Here also minus of minus is plus. 5 plus 2 is 7. No problem. 3 into minus 2. Here 5 into minus 2. What will you have? Plus into minus. Minus 3 to the 6. Plus into minus. Minus 10. Plus into minus. Minus 5 to the 10. Here you see minus 6 is greater than minus 10. Minus 6 is greater. Minus 10 is smaller. You know that by having negative sign, bigger number means that is smaller value. So it is becoming greater. Same way, 3 divided by minus 2 and 5 divided by minus 2, if you do minus 1.5 and minus 2.5, minus 1.5 is greater than minus 2.5. You see, here when we multiplied and divided both the sides by a negative integer, less than sign became greater than sign. Clear? How it became greater? I believe you understood why it is changing. Okay? Next. How to solve the linear inequation? How to solve that very simple example I will give you. The meaning of this. X is greater than or equal to 1. X belongs to natural numbers. That means greater than 1 and also equal to 1. That means X equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and all. X is less than or equal to 1. X belongs to natural numbers. Less than 1, is there any natural number? There is no natural number less than 1. Equal to 1. So here only X is equal to 1. Okay? Same way less than or equal to or greater than or equal to means that also includes. Okay? And if I give you X less than or equal to 1, X belongs to real numbers. What are real numbers? Every point on a number line is a real number. That means here you cannot write like this. Only in the form of solution set you can express this, but not because they are not real numbers, are not the integers. Solution set is X such that X is less than or equal to 1, X belongs to real numbers. Because less than 1, if I have to show on the number line, less than or equal to 1, from here to every point on the number line is a real number. And these things I am going to explain you very clearly by solving the linear inequations and how to represent the linear equations in a solution set. I will explain you in my next video or next class, and by today try to understand what is a linear inequation, what is a linear inequation one variable, what is replacement set, what is solution set, and also how to how to find what are natural numbers and all, and what happens when both the sides of the inequations are multiplied and divided by a negative integer, which is very, very important in solving the linear inequations. If only one thing, that thing, if you are careful, means there will be less chances of making a mistake in linear inequations. I believe you understood the lesson, you liked the class. If you have liked the class, please like the video, and if you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel. Thank you.